You find the recommended tyre pressures for the car in the car manual. You have to use a reliable pressure gauge to check these. Normally the garage is the best place. Take off the dust cap, attach the gauge to the valve, making sure the tyre pressure is the same in the tyre as it is in the book. Remember to try and check the tyres when they're cold, and don't forget to check the spare tyre as well. Check the outside of the tyres to make sure there's no damage or any cuts or bulges on the tyres. The tread depth should be 1.6mm deep across 3/4 of the central breadth of the tyre and all the way around the tyre. To open the bonnet, firstly we have to pull the release catch which is on the passenger side of the car. Outside the car, pull the release catch, lift the bonnet stay to hold the bonnet secure. To check the oil, you would take out the dipstick, wipe it clean, put it back in. When you take it out, you should check between the minimum maximum markers. To fill the oil, you would fill the oil there. The brake fluid is on the top left hand corner of the engine. To check the fluid level, you would use the minimum maximum markers on the left hand side of the container. The engine coolant is a large container centre left of the engine. To check the fluid level, look at the minimum maximum markers on the side. To close the bonnet, click the stave back into position, let the bonnet come all the way down, push on the centre, listen for the bonnet to lock. To check the brakes are working before we start a journey, we push the pedal. It should be nice and firm and not too slack or spongy. When we drive away, take our hands off the wheel, press the brakes, and the car shouldn't pull to one side or the other. To check the brake lights on this car, you'd firstly turn the ignition on 2 clicks, not all the way on. Depress the brake pedal and look behind and you can check a reflection in a garage door. If not, ask somebody to go around and have a look for you. To provide the best protection in case of an accident, the head restraint should be as close to your head as possible and your eyes should be about the centre of the headrest. To check the headlights and taillights, turn the ignition on, turn the lights on, get out of the car, check the lights at the front and the back to make sure all the bulbs are working correctly. To check your ABS is working correctly, when you turn the ignition on, a light comes on the dashboard. It should go off to make sure everything's okay. If it comes on at any point, there is a problem. When checking the directional indicators are working correctly, the key doesn't have to be in the ignition. We just press the hazard warning light, get out the car and check all 6 bulbs are working correctly. 2 at the front, 2 at the back and 1 under each wing mirror.
When checking the power steering, the wheel is heavy with the engine turned off. As the ignition is turned on, you will notice a difference in the steering. It will become a lot lighter. To turn on the fog lights, first apply dipped headlights. Press the buttons, 2 buttons to the left of the lights. A green and amber warning light will come on the dashboard telling you the fog lights are on. And remember, fog lights must only be used when visibility is less than 100 meters. To turn on the main beam, first apply dipped headlights. Push the indicator arm away from you. This will bring a blue warning light on the dashboard. Pull towards you to turn it off. To wash the rear windows, push the windscreen wiper arm away from you for a few seconds. To wash the front ones, pull towards you for a few seconds. To turn on the rear demister, simply press the button with rear. And to turn off, again press the button with rear. To demist the front window, you can use the heated front windscreen. Check the air direction is correct to the windscreen. Turn the air speed up as high as it goes. Check the temperature is suitable. Air conditioning is very useful in these situations. And when we turn it off, don't turn it all the way off, otherwise the car will steam up. The dial for the lights has 4 settings. First one is off, to the left, then it's side lights, then it's dipped headlights, and then it's automatic lights. When the car turns on, it automatically resets to automatic lights. The last 2 show me questions are self-explanatory. Depressing the horn and opening and closing one of the front windows. Remember, when pressing the horn, make sure it doesn't affect anybody else on the road.